Hi there, Scorpio. Thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for July. I hope you're feeling a sense of excitement as you enter this month because there's every reason for you to do so. The Sun's in a part of your chart which is to do with exploration, new frontiers, adventurism, and Jupiter, the planet which tends to control those kind of things, is also now in this area too. So you have a simpatico between the two, which is going to give you a real openness, I hope, for you to new things. And this can see an exchange of ideas in the first week of the month. But you could surprise someone, especially if you show a determination to make some kind of alteration. It could be that you just want to go to a different holiday destination, take up new interests, read or watch things that give you a different outlook on life. If you have got someone in your life who tends to like the status quo, it might be quite fearful for them, or fear enhancing, if you're the one who wants to shake things up. Because traditionally you are someone who likes to stick with what you know, but then your life can then go through very dramatic changes. It doesn't tend to happen every 5 minutes, it's more in terms of years. And this could be a month when some very potent alterations are in the works. Part of the complication though is that Mercury, the planet of communication, is twisting backwards through to the 20th. If you're involved in any kind of legal negotiations or contractual stuff, anything to do with agreements, you do need to read the small print very carefully. I know it's a cliche, but it's a fact. You also need to be very, very careful about what you say, because what you say is going to be taken at face value. It's not just about what we agree to in terms of a formal contract. It's in terms of our integrity. What people believe you mean will help them to tune into you. If you then change your mind, it can actually cause some real mischief. And I say this because your ruler Pluto is going to be hugely important this month. It's a tiny entity. For the last 3 or 4 years, it's been working through your sector of ideas. It may have seen you interacting very strongly with people immediately around you. You could have seen different things going on in close family relationships, especially with a sibling. The third house. Pluto's about power. You may have been saying how you feel, they may have been saying how they feel to you. But as Pluto goes opposite the Sun, you may encounter someone who wants to browbeat you with their ideas, and it's not very nice, and you're going to stand up for yourself, or you need to, but equally you need to be aware of your own tactics. If you're someone who likes your own way, and you like it now, someone may resist you just as equally as you try to resist anyone else. From the 5th through to the 10th, however, Uranus, the planet of the unexpected, does forge a terrific link with Venus. The suggestion here, Scorpio, is that something can happen around your career situation, and it can be to do with your taste, your ability to cultivate relationships with people could be part of this, but I do feel it's your sensory nature can help to shape an opportunity which could come up, and other people could be really keen to be part of it. In a more spiritual sense, the attraction between Neptune and Jupiter, which begins on the 7th and runs through to the end of the month, is also significant, suggesting that some of the exchanges of ideas you have this month can be so uplifting. Wonderful to read poetry, go to a festival, watch a film which really moves your senses, or have a conversation into the wee small hours with someone who makes your heart rate race. On the 8th, there is a new moon which pushes you again to have the courage to tear down any inner fears which stop you from opening up your life, making it more exciting and daring. But also on that day, Saturn, in your sign at the present time, ends a 5.5 month backward journey. And if you have gone through a tremendously restrictive phase where you felt that life and its wife have been against you, then I do feel the pressure can start to lessen. The lesson that Saturn is teaching all Scorpios is to get by with less, to concentrate on what's really valuable to you, to simplify your life, to become much more conscious of what's really valuable. And that lesson will go on for the next couple of years. On the 14th, Mars, your other co-ruler, moves into this explorative area as well. And even if Mercury is twisting backwards, which doesn't make travel plans that easy, I do feel that Mars is going to smash down the obstacles, and if you're determined to get away, you will. If you're determined to do that course, get a place at a higher education institution, you will. Your determination will know no bounds. You could do something that's to do with outward bound stuff in the last couple of weeks of this month, because as Mars and Jupiter combine, anything to do with higher education or to do things that are much more physically active and are to do with travel or overseas destinations can really be exciting for you. On the 22nd, however, the Sun moves to the top of your horoscope. You've had Venus there all this month, and of course it was making that fine link to Uranus. But here the Sun is asking you to be conscious about what you've achieved. It's also reminding you that however much you want to break out, you still need to tune in to your everyday obligations. And that may mean how you pay your bills, it may mean your work, your professional interests, and these come into view. Also, Venus moves on the 19th, but then goes face to face with Neptune. Now, Neptune is going to be forging that gorgeous link with Jupiter all this month, but this one with Venus is quite tricky. If you're in a relationship with someone, any kind of relationship, where one of you finds it difficult to be really honest, that can be a real problem. But equally, you do have a blunt side to your nature, and it can come out strongly in week 4 of July. And if you push something so hard, you could break it completely. You do have to condition yourself in your own thinking that just because somebody else has a different viewpoint to you, it doesn't make them a bad or evil person. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.